A global company with its financial power, Eti Mineworks. The symbol of corporate power since 1935, with the far-sightedness of Ataturk extending through the ages. Eti Mine began to utilize its resources for Turkey based on the principle of the leader of the young republic, as all assets and resources should be rescued from foreign exploitation. The words of Ataturk, such as, "The rise of a nation depends on the use of its underground wealth," have always been adhered to. The name of the company was Etibank during the years 1935 to 1998. It was entrusted with the processing of iron, coal, steel, aluminum, copper, chrome, silver, and boron, and all similar mines. It was intended to lead in the mining sector. Other mines were going to be separated, and just one mine was going to be focused on in time. It continued to meet underground wealth with the earth in the name of Eti Holding IGM in 1998, and then as Eti Mineworks General Directorate in 2004. This wealth is boron. Boron is a chemical element, a semi-metal with the atomic number of 5 and the symbol of B. This is almost as hard as a diamond with its characteristic of semi-conductivity. It resembles a white rock at first glance. It appears not as a free element, but in the form of salt in nature. For this reason, the other name of it is the salt of industry. It increases the durability of the product in which it is used and decreases energy consumption. Having a substitution, the boron mine is used in many fields. Eti Mineworks successfully carries out the task of extracting, processing, and marketing boron minerals in our country. Advanced technology, productivity, profit-based comprehension of management, quality management systems, strong competition, products with a high added value and a perfectly functioning system. Continuity, improvement, R&D, innovation constitute the wheels of this perfectly functioning system for the boron giant of the world, Eti Mine. The wheels are turning to extract, process, and market the boron, in which Turkey is the leader with a rate of 72%. If we consider in terms of boron reserves, Turkey comes first in the world. Indeed, Turkey possesses reserves of boron which would be sufficient for the world for 700 years. Turkey is followed by Russia with 8%, the United States with 7%, and China with 4%. Providing Turkey an added value with boron wealth is a product of some efforts which are not as easy as people suppose. The power of the corporate culture which has been accumulating for years with the same wealth should not be denied. Reliability, customer orientation, team spirit, adaptation, courage, and social responsibility. Here is the ore which underlies the greatest wealth of Turkey. Each employee in Eti Mine undoubtedly knows this fact. The international arena witnessed radical technological transformations, giving rise to competition. Similar to each and every enterprise, Eti Mine pushes the limits of technology to develop in the field of mining, convert boron product, and provide them for the service of all humanity. Growth, competition, corporate development, and environment are just like the consecutive dominoes. They trigger each other. Perfection of one's strengths over the other. The thing increasingly growing is not just the power of the corporation, but also its value and contribution to the economy. Not only extraction, but also processing and skillfully providing boron is the greatest power of the underground, takes shape under this corporate structure. The thing adding energy to this structure is not only the power of boron. Human resources also are included in the greatest potential of Eti Mine. Everyone works here for a single purpose: productivity. The team specialized in its field also constitutes the main source of the strategy determined with new initiatives. The modern and innovative structure becomes richer with human resources with each passing day. The method of Eti Mine is the personnel performance management system to bring the qualifications and requirements of a job together with the abilities of the employees in a proper fashion. In this way, the performance of the employees is evaluated in a just, systematic, and measurable way. The incorporation may also achieve its objectives in a shorter period. The fluid power of the underground is not just the resources in the earth, a potential growing with an increased market share. The priority is also customer satisfaction for Eti Mine. To be indispensable by increasing the product quality and product diversity is the fundamental principle. Another fundamental value is the environment for Eti Mine, which is updating the marketing policy regularly by continuously improving the logistics and distribution network with the aim of accessing international markets in a rapid and timely manner. Employees of Eti Mine take special care in providing the most perfect services without damaging the environment. Here, the main reality kept in mind by the employees is the fact that the earth is as valuable as the underground. Respect, a sense of responsibility, trust, and continuous improvement are the four main grounds on which Eti Mine is shaped. Having combined these fundamental grounds, Eti Mine stays focused on a single target, namely boron. Boron minerals existing in nature meet with the earth with the method of the open cast. The status of boron minerals as they are extracted from nature is called all-in boron. First, an explosion. Then the process starts when the exploded materials are loaded on trucks with a grab. The trucks filled with boron pass through the system by being weighed. The next process for the products brought in the product stock site is the process of grinding. The next process is the process of enriching the boron minerals. They are washed, resolved after being ground, and enriched by exposure to physical processing. The product is renamed as concentrated boron at this stage. Then it is refined and converted into various boron chemicals. Boron chemicals are named according to B2O3 content. The higher the BTO3 content, the higher the product value. The most commonly used boron chemicals are boric acid and borax pentahydrate. 3 of the 4 minerals which constitute 90% of boron commercially consumed in the world come from Turkey: tincal, colamanite, and ulexite. Annual production and sale of global boron products is approximately 4 million tons. Eti Mine realizes half of this production and sale on its own. When we look at things at a world scale, Eti Mine is higher than its competitors by far. Being the 4th highest profit-making corporation in the production sector, Eti Mine makes great investments with new and modern technology to make use of the opportunities created in the market and to find new consumption areas which increase consumption of boron chemicals. This is an indicator of R&D, technological revolution, and innovative mentality. There are new projects taking shape to achieve 2023 objectives. It is intended to increase the total investment of Eti Mine of up to $30 million by these projects, which ensure Eti Mine to increase its annual production capacity. The main aims in strengthening R&D projects include a more economic production, to increase new usage areas, develop new products, and undoubtedly technological knowledge accumulation. Having aimed to become the laboratory with the highest test capacity of Turkey in terms of accreditation, Eti Mine Laboratory sincerely supports scientific studies. Using the E-state practice in all its units effectively and benefiting from speed and power of technology with its identity of public institution, Eti Mine also ensures faster and more effective management of the in-house procedures. Eti Mine operates on the basis of productivity to make a higher extent of R&D studies, a greater amount of investment and production. It has applied the method of service procurement externally for works out of its own field of specialization, just like all modern firms for a period of 25 years. It not only decreases costs, with work mostly granted to local contractors. This is because its competitive power is based on a powerful chemical, namely boron. A number of products you see on the Earth meet with us as a result of processing the power of the underground with an excellent craftsmanship. It is really a perfect match of fine workmanship and technology shaped with the human brain. The fields in which boron are used primarily include glass, ceramic, agricultural, and detergent sectors. Boron is also highly important in the production of fiberglass, which is the fundamental input of the composite industry. Boron increases the resistance of any product it is included in against thermal and physical shocks and strengthens them. For example, any ceramic that includes a boron additive is longer lasting and of higher quality. Also supporting the industries where boron chemicals are used, Eti Mine contributes in the development of the industry of our country by providing reasonable prices and conditions. It supports Turkish industry by using 100% domestic machinery and equipment, and so incrementally increases our foreign currency income. The motherland of the backbone of industry, namely Boron, is Turkey. 4 enterprises affiliated with Eti Mine, which has its head office in Ankara, successfully fulfill the task of extracting and processing boron. Colomanite and ulexite ores have been produced in 3 surface mining pits in Bigadiç boron mining since 1976. Diversity of boron has been processed and exported in the mining in order to convert boron minerals into high value-added boron products since 1967. Sulfuric acid is also produced in the sulfuric acid facility in Bandırma Boron Mining Directorate. And Emet, that is indicated as the capital of boron in the world, the oldest mine. This gate has been open since 1958. While concentrated tinko has been produced in the concentrator facility of Kırka Boron Mining since 1975, some boron products with a high value added started to be produced with the boron derivatives facility, which was taken into operation in 1984. All these mines have undoubtedly played a great role in strengthening the exports of Turkey. As the Turkish export champion, Eti Mine has incrementally increased its gross sales, exports, the amount of dividends it paid to the treasury, and the profit for the period in the last 10 years. It recorded the whole amount of export in the profit line with 0 import. Having increased profit 28 times and ensured some foreign currency savings, Eti Mine also generates its electricity on its own. While Eti Mine makes the highest amount of export to Asia, Europe comes second. There is no product which is not produced by Eti Mine, but produced by its competitors in the world. Having been fed with R&D for the new usage areas, Eti Mine enlarges its objectives day by day. While the salts of industry, namely boron, is exported to the world, Eti Mine is always setting a higher standard. It aims 5.5 million tons of production capacity and an amount of sales equal to $2.5 billion in 2023. As one of the leading mining corporations of the world, Eti Mine becomes prominent with its strong identity. Turkey lies behind this strength, with all its wealth, with all its effort.